You either love them or hate them. There doesn't seem to be much of a middle ground on slings. At Pack Hacker, we're here for those small bags because we just find them so convenient. But did you ever wonder how they got to be so popular? From waist packs to crossbodies and chest bags, we're diving into why slings have made a comeback and why we think you should get one. While we recommend them a ton on this channel and on our website, not everybody feels the same about the style. We made this video about travel slings a year ago, and we're still getting comments on both ends of the spectrum. Some people think they're fantastic on flights because you can strap them around the tray table to have everything you need without digging into your carry-on bag. We agree with that, and we like wearing them through the airport so that we don't forget our wallet, phone, and keys at TSA. Even if you're traveling with only a personal item bag and you don't want such a small bag to count as your one freebie, you can probably still get away with bringing it on board because you can keep it under your shirt or coat until you board the plane. Just the other weekend, I got on 2 different Spirit flights by putting it underneath a button-up shirt and slinging it around to my back so that I had a personal item bag in front of me and the sling for all of my quick access items on the flight without paying for a carry-on. Keeping a sling on your chest can also be a theft deterrent since it's within your line of sight. On the other hand, wearing one can get you pegged as a tourist, so you'll still want to pay attention to your surroundings. That depends on where you're traveling though, because they're very much in style in some countries. Tom said he felt he fit in more when he was carrying a sling in South Korea than when he was using a day pack. That's because whether slings are in or out depends on the current style and what's in fashion where you are. Many people look at slings and they only see purses. They think the bags are popular with men just because the industry rebranded them. Other travelers have always carried purses and now just wear certain bags crossbody style instead so that they still have something to carry on a nice dinner out, while others are anti-sling for that exact reason. Even if it's a different style, carrying a sling makes them feel like they're wearing a purse. Then there are those who remember calling them fanny packs and think that if they brought them to an amusement park as a teen, it's not a style they want to rock now. However, judging by the amount of people who like slings, those people are probably in the minority. Speaking of the last time fanny packs were popular, we wondered if anything has actually changed. The short answer is yes and no. Nowadays, we're more likely to use slings for our wallet, keys, phones, and other tech like battery banks, cords, and earbuds. Most of that wasn't as accessible in the 90s, besides the wallet and keys, so you or your parents probably used it to carry a disposable camera, cash, keys, and paper maps to help you find your way on vacation. That's what made them super popular with kids and travelers in general. Teens looking to spread their wings and branch off from their parents needed a place to hold their gear on a trip so they can take photos and use a payphone in an emergency, while travelers use them to be hands-free while exploring. Most of the differences between now and then is how we wear the bag. No one wore a fanny pack across their chest back in the day, whereas most people today prefer to sling them just about anywhere but around their waist. That can be useful when riding a bike or at a music festival, but most people don't want the extra bulge at their belt. Crossbody bags have been in vogue for much longer though. We just called them purses or messenger bags depending on the size and what you carry inside. Crossbody slings might have more comfortable straps now than a skinny purse string, but not always. What's changed is what we need to carry. Now maps, cameras, and even some payment methods are all incorporated into a phone, and everyone needs to carry one along with a way to keep them charged throughout the day. That means they have more than just a wallet and keys to carry, which may be why they're turning to slings for daily use. Or they've just realized the ergonomic benefits from not sitting on a big bifold all day. There's also the influence of social media. Whereas you may have just seen what your friends and family carried back in the day, now you can see what regular people in all other parts of the world are using, not just celebrities filling up the pages of glossy magazines. That speeds up the process of normalizing things that were previously taboo, as you see more and more people rocking slings and think, would that work for me? You can also speed up the process of learning a new language with today's language learning apps. I've been working on my Spanish lately, and using Rosetta Stone is easier than the flashcards and books that I had in high school. Chatting with locals is a lot different than memorizing vocabulary for a quiz. Rosetta Stone is a language immersion tool with interactive lessons designed to help you learn a new language similar to how you did as a child. They offer 10-minute lessons that mirror conversations I'd have in another country, making it easier to understand Spanish speakers when I'm on vacation. I like how the lessons have you match phrases to photos and include a voice recognition tool to practice pronunciation. It helps me feel more confident when I'm talking with a native speaker. I started using the app before traveling to the Dominican Republic, and with a lifetime subscription, I can brush up anytime without worrying about renewal fees. Use our link in the description below for an exclusive 50% off a single language lifetime subscription or 60% off a lifetime subscription. Then you can learn any language, anytime, which will last you longer than fanny packs were in style. But how did we get here anyway? According to an article on the history of the man bag from Tusting, a bag manufacturer in England, people have used bags for as long as they've had things they needed to carry, like a girdle pouch attached to a belt around the waist in the Middle Ages. This bag carried personal belongings and food, which sounds a lot like today's slings. Girdle pouches diminished in popularity as pockets began to be included in men's clothing, though some still carried bags full of flowers and perfumes to stave off body odor. And for that, we thank them. Handbags became the style for Victorian-era women to hold handkerchiefs, pencils, a fan, and calling cards. Fast forward to the 1950s and you'll find the first fanny pack. Yes, decades before neon nylon bags were all the rage. Sports Illustrated featured a leather fanny pack in their Christmas shopping guide according to the history of the sling bag by STPL. The lightweight bag was designed to hold wax and lunch for cross-country skiers, and they also advertised it as useful for cyclists, hikers, and equestrians. It sold for $10 back then, which is about $117 today when adjusted for inflation. Not a bad deal for a leather bag. So how did we get from leather waist packs made for sports to the versions that spiked in popularity in the late 1980s and 90s and are back again today? Athleisure. As athletic clothing became popular off the field, so did athletic accessories like the fanny pack. They went out of fashion a decade or so later as brands started flooding the market with cheap, logo-laden designs and parents started wearing them to the beach. If anything will kill a trend quickly, it's dad jumping on board. However, just as mom jeans have returned, slings also surged in popularity in the early 2010s. Designer labels brought fanny packs back, rebranded them as slings, got popular celebrities to wear them, and suddenly everybody was jumping on the crossbody train. The bags grew from simple waist packs to better accommodate the gear we want to bring throughout the day, like tablets, water bottles, and other tech. With more storage and more comfortable harness systems, more people are finding them practical, functional, and great for daily use, as well as travel. Though people have largely moved away from wearing them as waist packs, it's certainly still a popular style. We like options from Bellroy and Arc'teryx that have thin straps so they don't cut into your middle when you wear them like a belt. Of course, you can still extend the straps to wear those bags crossbody as well, but they might not lay as flat as a bag designed to go across your chest. However, that doesn't mean they all struggle with this. I just tested a sling from Low & Sons that has a really unique strap design that allows it to go from crossbody bag to waist belt, and it lays very nicely in either direction. Slings that are taller and have straps that angle upward are more likely to be better for crossbody wear. Some, like this Tom Bin, have a more purse-like aesthetic, but hey, some of us have known how useful that shape is for our entire lives. Glad to see everybody else joining the party. You can carry a bit more gear inside bags like these, like a Kindle or a travel journal, along with the small travel accessories we put in the smaller packs. The largest slings are really more like backpacks with just one shoulder strap. Some, like this Filson or Patagonia, will keep expensive camera gear dry, and others, like some options from Cotopaxi, even have laptop sleeves. If you're just going to carry your backpack over one shoulder like 90s kids did in high school anyway, you may like rocking a sling like these because they're easy to keep in place while you walk or ride a bike. If you're a little confused of what constitutes a sling, don't worry, we've got you covered. It all boils down to this. A sling is a single strap bag as opposed to a backpack with two. You typically wear it across the body with the strap resting on the opposite shoulder as the bag, but it can also go around your waist or over one shoulder. Slings can range in size from less than a liter to nearly 20, depending on whether you need just a few small items or your entire everyday carry. The size and shape of the bag will determine how flexible it is for you to tote. Most waist packs can be worn crossbody, but they may hang awkwardly on your chest if the straight straps are designed to go around your waist instead. There are also bags with large hip huggers on the side that just won't lay very flat when worn crossbody, and really tall crossbodies that are just too long to be worn at the waist. If you're not sure how you'll want to carry it, look for one with a shorter profile and thinner strap that can easily swap styles, or check out bags with stabilizer straps to keep larger sling packs in place while you ride a bike. Ultimately, how you'll be able to use it comes down to the bag's design, so be sure to keep that in mind when you're making your purchase. And don't worry about branding either. Just because somebody calls it a waist pack doesn't mean that's the only way you can wear it. If you pay attention to how they model it on their website, you'll have a good idea of what placement is best suited for the bag's design. So, now that you know the history, what's your take on slings? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.